could be for a short cranker. Act 26 no section 3 no. The judge could have easily applied into me as it stands now there. I feel like yen Chinese the outcome. But I mean, we work about something here. Maybe a good lawyers can one, and I make person can say, you beat me a yen can one appeal na yen once and for all, than maybe I ever quite no so a way. But along the line, person is a senior. We are way no can say, which me a verification be say documents now, which is letter no issue if you embassy in education at the end. The person be say, Germany bet me at 14 who say, Ubi Jai no more issues I am in Nana because the notion out there say, Mamine Jai, you know, to me and fat documents for Pambana, you know, like Senator Casaunia, Quenya, a inquiries who embassy in person, we say, almost certain to say Ghana, able to create documents now, they're like that now.
So the question I say is open so Obi to me I create fake documents.
The notion out there is say Mamine I had the bonny being so to me and forward and for documentation and 10% business say it's a sign I'll be betting me sir. Sour anyone
what are my mema on
okay.
Why? Because the documents need to see Ghana, German embassy or Ghana. I'm almost verify before they give the almost certification and endorsement of the fact that the two are still married. That's what you're saying.
Okay.
So a faker and can embassy no Ghana now Susan sign a signature also. Like a more endorse it, Emmanuel. Why?
So don't mind them. Into me, I don't know. I mean, Kennedy, you too much dancy. I know. We wait to Saba.
Okay. Ola, me person me see from na you comfort us was here ho. But before I may see from no, nyami shra obebre. Watch rest say, yet two word domu what your dress and now what word dom. Yet I was bebre say what tray. Tim legal wife near mammy, Akosua Serwaa Odo. So won't worry, and ya memma will ba papa na worry no. So I worry swan, ya may and what worry a ban. Medasi. It's a quinema. Tunisi, messy form, but I'll be working from down there. Why?
Okay, thank you.
All right, Medasi.
Nana Joa. Okay. Nana Joa Serwaa.
Yes, mommy.
Pacho Edu so why?
Me pacho yo mate. Brola.
Yes, ma'am.
Anthony Shira kakraka engu ni wabusia so. Yada se pa se wajina wa manokre. Na minimse ne wuye no. Wakechi ya nyankopon de bema ho. Omo se abrochi for my I frustrated ntina ye sorry ayigina TikToks aye kwa mama Serwaa. Bantesa yenim how any yawe wo mu say ye raising kolawo aha ntina ye nyina ye kwa mana no me pacho me question ba ko ne say manya akwanya go through aye friend send the verdict
Summarize one
ade me pacho ai na de ba ko a etwe ma dwene say o se ma dizeti ni kun ngasa de we yenim say o in premises, yeah, but now it was.
Because I think it was one of the things that some of the people said. I mean, some of the witnesses said, but I don't think I remember her also confirming said that is.
I say, or say or Ghana 2014. Now the records now okay, no, it does a intro now. It doesn't show say about 2014.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It is yeah, the appeal require would that thing come up and as the ember up.
And the Wadaroma Yenching. So no be conto pana so called who church and punches I'll be Zuetiana. Then on talk on all Sudada. Yenja no man lawyer for no more answering. Why, Mr.
Okay, all right. And yeah, me patcho me question and no me that's Misha.
Yes, yeah, that's Nana.
Emma, can I quickly chip in? Just
no, please. We actually have to wait. I'm sorry. Please. JB. JB. Last. Okay. JB. Yeah, heart. 3 hearts. You can come in.
Okay. Brapeni nyamisha bebre se wajina no krafa. Emi say asendi say sina say uyi wenim say ubejina no krafa. We all know say we are fighting against a tough system. And for you to show your face, say obeka no kreno, it's not an easy decision. But nyamisha will say we take it a tough decision. No. I just wanted to say, emi so bi beka say adena lawyer dey obi free ahemfie ba ye say o metre amamra warrior if we are into contest something that has to do with ordinance marriage. I think say I will side with lawyer from that angle. Ebi anana adwen ni say e wo mu say yaba say ye beka say mame Akosua Serwaa ye that the Lumba yere nko a wo mra kwan so. Na mpo no se nkrofo ni fi se ya Vrs Odo Broni wa amamre na eno no mu begina so so ye yera e na amamre kra na ware ne ye gine sen ana se amamre mu kra ware ne ye gu ni sen enti no lawyer ne I think say the line of argument no was to prove say e wo mu se maame ne ye oyere ba akopɛ e wo emra kwan so na mpo mu kasa ya Vrs obi wa amamre kwan so no amamre kwan ne so kra mo de gya ware ne kra no it was faulted because enye busua kan na kwaji aware no ena se mu claiming po se maame ne kra de abegya ya aware kra na e kwan na mu claiming se maame ne begya aware no so no eno crampo is faulted intermediate ho na me fi se eno ntina ema lawyer ne di obi free ahemfie ba ye se omra mekere akamfo aware mu no eno ne kakra ne kakra me fanka and again me tie we interview bi a Brakwesi Aboagye ebe catch us say onto wase wo commentary bi a wo ye ne ade and me tie interview nim no o kan bibi say because mumie no mo opportunity mo mic ankrofo tie mo dodo na tie mo no asem bi a mo beka no it may have an impact. But some of the person in this Brakwesi ni say no onim some more voice adena from the beginning of the case or taking some stance because onim some more voice then I can also put it to him say he should have played neutral. But from the beginning or taking position there a trace sebe maame ni difo no so kra no own information there. And it's no person on to bombo danya on can was an no di kind to sabo ne buy. And he doesn't have any moral grounds to come and tell you say ukuta mic intinu be very careful of what you say. Or no so ukuta mic kaneno. No omunie ukuta mic but they took some position there. Ama and the air corner urban it's because of the likes of him tin a man for bebre. Sorry by say you before meeting legal wise. Sanka beginning, people took neutral stance. Menya sure Sanka there will be like that great faction and ne edahono. Until he should go and come back again. Medasi.
Okay. All right, Medasi. I don't want to comment on that one, but briefly with that one, I think that the basic thing of our conversation had to do with me saying that the reliefs of Mame Akosua Serwaa was centered on the fact that she was in a civil marriage, and he was trying to make me know that in the relief, there's no mention of civil marriage. But I'm sure ruling it by exactly the same thing I said, the judge also reiterated it in the openings of her statement. She also reiterated it that the reliefs were based on civil marriage. So that is done. You forget it.
Yes, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you can go ahead and ask your question.
All right.
We are not learning Abim.
Good evening, Ola.
Good evening.
I'm excited for you years on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Good work. Okay. Maybe the end say the authentication of the documents no. Man, say Ombo German and Ombo Ghana Amazon in German. Ombo catch almost Ombo to me authenticate documents because Ombo will be mindful. internet almost the right people to authenticate it. It's almost Ghana embassy mum. Ghana embassy in Ghana embassy in Ghana no. Almost a bit. They were normal year. And now, apart from that, is no most say ma a desert in kuno. I don't know why I'm Ghana. Why into what's not German? So, Peninsula, I don't know after the opposite of ma German because more Bremo man say why I'm not Ghana. It's not it doesn't make sense. It's in the panel what is that in the kuno. After the opposite of my German, only Germans, which means that to me it doesn't make any sense. And the third last one, by now still interview on Monday no. Do ube katane nim by so oba building nim a it's a tango for money abrio won betimi ahamu no nti de ba na mo betimi aya mo be protect no
Ebancho process was a American letter via German embassy organ and by yenona nigina so the me inquiry so and omode certificate attach. They did that, and that is the right thing that was supposed to be done. Let's all agree and understand, say, in the court, judge, was not too conversant with the procedure, and as the way a German formal documentation.
Ola Pacho, where mute you? Where name mute? O Mike name mute. Click your awareness, so be on say Mike be one. Where me aso? Still yanto kasa.
Pacho, what mute you? Oh wow.
Click your picture, or video ni swa. Who's a be appropriate?
Mbese meka kakra ne say NCI eboa. Just say wo shaga na fubu bibire. Owe no hu yi.
Pretty so bo train why Pacho.
So embai.
Ola wait. Where in by Debbie, it's his.
Yes, that's
His mic is currently off. It says it's currently not available. And now person will now back. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick him up now, maybe.
Chaze, makulu nyira me ya. Au. Kuma Akosua Serwaa.
Abba,
yeah.
But please, so can you give me like 5 minutes?
Okay, sure.
There's an important call. You're not distracted with the mic. I want to finish with it now. I join you, me Pacho. Why?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Just 5 minutes. I'll be back. Why?
No problem. That's fine. Thank you.
That's
Into your hair pretty. Over to me, I can't. Train, I ain't kasa.
Oh, no, I'm with them. Maybe I'm going to me. This also be interview a lady bit Monday. Or studio, but I'm not covering him. But how are they going to protect her? Because President Crop for many abu, almost so be, but I'm betting me a harmono. So what I say.
Yeah, we be starting. But maybe Sanama. Why?
Yeah, that's
it.
But you also make question. I'm person maybe Sanama.
Mommy. Okay.
Is there no way you bet to me because I think say the state is being used to bully Mame Akosua Serwaa for lawyer Fati to sit on air or because say judge ne catcher and say Mame ne pacho and Sana should be allowed to perform the rights no.
A whole lawyer.
I'm thinking say they are using the judiciary to bully the woman because Obia were rights to seek for justice. It is no back say Moshe Adie Mamia. Now Moshe via Makachen say, ye be way, your friend is saying, yeah, now won't perform you now. I think say it's yes. If Lumba is going to have a state barrier, if Lumba is going to have a state barrier, why don't we petition the presidency? Because maybe one is a penalty when you know. or the Mahama na excuse oko court for petition your friend is saying when I injunction no or mention Mahama no tunfo and because of that yeah omuka so be bibia quickly no wetumi aye no enti no say petition presidency no about the state burial now. I think say maybe it can do something to stop the funeral because I don't agree to the fact say ma no more nye kunano because I think say maybe it's got
exactly.
I don't know,
I
Andra.
second that.
I think Sandra Ola can be about it, Kakra. Or say judge na can. To mean and stop it because from above. What you say? Judge na aka say ma me ndi kuna. Ti won't mean kasa wa me pouch wa ma ndi kuna. Andra Ola kan wa.
Yeah, but almost say Emmanuel and Ebenezer waka your friend is saying
Now see so much me get in trouble for that. So mama ma me ndi kuna na because judge no na.
if we don't petition, I wouldn't say na Ghana.
Yeah, Godfather baby kasa.
Mami Pacho, more correction be. Ebenezer is not a party to the lawsuit. Bushia and this is a 73 Bushia Payano and I say Bushia Penny lawyers and make his statement. No, Oma Campo said to me, to me, yes, I didn't to restrict the woman there and not their content. So we are said to me, Castle, maybe Bekun, Naminku, mean James and Macassi Mekun into Ube limit. No, you understand? Just a mere statement, but when it comes a Bushia Payne, once a one. Ebenezer and make his statement. Oh, sorry, Pacho. No, Ebenezer and make his statement. No,
Ebenezer.
Okay.
And I think you should work from up because me chance your mom will requested first. No, we are not getting them. You work from the top. I will do the picking with the comment section. And what for me, Pacho? Let me question baby Saya about security in regards to Lady Norban and Mr. Ahaye social media. Don't put that on the line. Yeah, that's it for security reasons. That's it.
But let me make one simple correct statement be. Pamucho. Ola, Obi Beka say, we say, Adena judge, Equacan, like traditional, Obi Beka traditional, no one said. But your reason why they had to go beyond to that level was, once Odo Broni, a counterclaim, said, court no, and confirming us or yere. No only claim no was it original so say in the traditional wedding. Like traditional. They traditional and who we no na divorce no so there no so ewo ho. That's mommy Akosua Serwaa so yeah can say divorce nitine. Divorce no was based on traditional. Una Odo Broni so no so ne there no so na ware no so was traditional. Enti ene ade ne yemfa expert bi a onim za ama hu nyoma no. Emba mechre that side. So what you say? The next leg no was say here the German experts offer this registry in Germany no onim sa the ordinance documentation on so be that side. So what you say? The legs were two. Hey, are you doing?
I'm saying a call. Okay.
Yeah. And so that is the next leg. And so the next leg, now, Mr. Judge, say because in documentation, was a judgment in Judge Neka say, oh, wait, sir, register aspects, and who procedure, hey, Olayan to come.
Call when you call.
Oh, okay.
And you move on to me, corner standby, so I had to.
Yeah, you realize it. Thank you. And your KB Pacho, hold on. Your Casa, why KB Casa? When you call you?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, after the ruling was passed, a whole lot now. People have been saying about the lawyer who represented Akosua, and so many people are saying, I think, or no, na what technicalities be, and it has become a loophole, and the judge capitalized on that loophole to pass that judgment. Now, deliberating on it, and that act now, the 1975, I think, is it Evidence Act or whatever? No, I think there were sections. One where you have to pass the evidence through the Ghanaian embassy or whatever for certification. And then there is another clause. It says to say you don't even need to go there, but that evidence now you are presenting must be admissible. And that is the way they first looked at the first two, and they saw say it wasn't possible looking at the time frame now. Judge in the person or the eternal case in the so they decided say then better the last one, but rather we will go and then bring somebody from the German embassy or beba about the German certificate, and the judge said it's not important, it's okay. I mean, I can see say what the Abasi say. So they say, and I think the only thing that lawyer Kusi maybe should have done then was, to insist, saying, even though you are saying that or to put on record, say you are the one that is saying we shouldn't bring this person. Ain't it? So it means what you are doing action. So I say. Then later the judge comes back to say because adia no krano dipa mienu na yehu so mo sign and mobile no omumie no bia signature ni it means a kind of yibina intricacy bina wo pese what the year which means already you have taken an entrenched position ewo asemi mu dada enti besremu a mo amotie am mo de blame no ma lawyer Kusi no. It is not like that. So what I say onimde so they sit down and they read all these things. Sorry, I say almost they go through a whole lot of cases. The judge even made a reference about one case which it has nothing to even do with this case to pass that judgment. And all these things are evidence for the appeal. I know say in the end, and Mr. Ola, thank you. You are doing a very good job. God bless you. You stand for the truth. You stand for the truth. Do not be intimidated by anybody. That is what the masses are saying. God bless you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, AB. Pacho AB, you bet me Akosua
Ola, I listened to your submission last time. We had a brilliant submission. Me Pacho, any influence you have but influence on a but say, man, you can obey no interview. Ola, you and I know, say, the forces behind Odo Broni on this particular issue, they are very powerful in our society. Fairly, I know who is coming on Monday. It is true. But more than I said, that protection, but when you drop what you it is so, but more than that protection, Kakrabi, and you and I know the forces behind Odo Broni, or influences our decisions. We are, of course. I believe you might have received 1 or 2 calls. I'm quite sure about that. It is so. But more than they protected the other man, and any class of better, I think I better more. And I'm only Friday about this more and two because it will come up in a few months' time. Only can say, one night a bit check that the Lumba estate now they are representing one party of this the whole issue. And I'm going to be only made myself with one of this nation.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, we say me announce say nipa no maybe. However.
Amasika.
Don't worry.
Hello, good evening. It was short for you. Good evening. Brother Ola, good evening.
Good evening.
You've really proved to us, say, you are an archangel, a very strong man standing up for the truth. Nyami sure.
Oh, sure.
I don't have much to say, but with someone like that, this is the guy that I have to try and get out there. To my answer, Zacchaeus. We're talking about fraud. I'm not sure and strong has said me, and I was a member. That made my country say, Nyamisha. You've really stood up for the truth, and I pray, Sarah, because now one more could now what yet me up a dinkunim to save the institution called marriage. And yes, Ghana, we are doomed. And said the second submission here, Sister Ames, Queen Ames, Yamisha Mopa, it's been a very hard battle, but meaning say, against all odds, you guys are still fighting and we are still thriving. Say, the truth will prevail, justice will prevail. Ti Empire Bunyan say, and Rade and Shaya Mamede, no who say, that no one force will need the four. Christunti or what the four pa. Ebi unianum me. In fact, and for instance, I've gone on some platforms and men maybe are standing up for the truth. Maybe who are crying. Like I say, a bro Martin, so she is indeed a hero. Now, my last submission, let's say, I won't say in to find justice for our mother and our sister and what have you. And so say, it is let's say the legal wife, in as much as your good platform is to be bring no biana obi besie. Yes, it's in your boyfriend, your pen working, taking ends. So obi will be beer with the next step that we are about to take. Yeah, say it will be a good idea not to share on this platform because we don't know who the enemy is. And the message say, Papa say we are all fighting towards the same thing there. Then we do what young fancy kakra. Now you come for one more year, one person must say institution called marriage. No, and no one say your next step. No, also I'm finding ways and means to counter us. Apart from that, we're doing a good job. Ola Nyamishra, the next generation, one day Abna More has some more worry about wedding. That's the only thing I want to say. Nyamish.
Thank you. Matt baby.
Yeah. Me born check a crack. Mom, still the higher more what I say. So, you gift me, sir. Ola gift me, sir. What send that you? Also, by Sanka, what chocolate one side in your man, but what's Yanum? Gift me, sir. Flowers. Money down the line, I did. Flowers with the man could have. Muntumu also. Gift me, sir. I'm not about 38, or that's about 44 and yet. Also, on number 80,000. Muntumu so, Madame.
Yes, Max. Lucy Leo.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, Patrick Mewo. Just a little submission. I feel like, and this submission I think goes to Daddy Lumba's legal team. I think there's one aspect that they are maybe missing intentionally or not. You know, if you have a client and the client had a legal marriage and it's been brought up, say, the legal marriage was still valid while he was with another woman, I feel like as a good legal team, the first thing would have been to, you know, protect your clients, find out why the client still kept that marriage. Yes, because in Ghana, we have a lot of polygamous homes, right? But if you look at, because personally, I've spoken to a few men that are, you know, in polygamy years ago. But then, more the extent of legalizing one marriage, you know, they have a reason. They are not always crazy, okay? Or they don't always not know what they are doing. Because almost baby in you know, he's still with all of them. But then out of the blue, he would stick to one and decide to marry the person as a missus. And most of the time, there is a reason. Now, some people that I've spoken to in such situations always say, I'm banning Nano. If they are weighing a minim se miniwa, or be me be namam, and be me fee ye, or be cram estates, ye, or be fair to everyone, despite, media or be a media deal or whatever, And I feel like there's an angle that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about. Why did Daddy Lumba refuse or did not proceed to ask for a divorce? He could have easily done that and we won't be in this conversation at all. I know a lot of people are trying to say, it's because he didn't want to split property and whatnot. I don't think that's the case. I may be wrong, but there's another angle we should look at. He knows the women that he ended up having kids with. And he knows, he wants all of them to be settled. He knows the nature, like how the people are. The kids that are not hers or whatever. But he knows Mama Akosua, and he knows the way I'm with all that she's endured over the years, she's probably the best out of the women to handle his estate properly and be fair to everyone, especially his kids. Because what we need to realize is all the kids are legal. All the kids are legitimate. So this is just my little submission, and that's another angle I want Ghanaians to look at this from, especially those that claim they are fighting for Daddy Lumba. Sometimes we should wonder why he did that. He was, if you listen to his songs, he's not someone that is as an Adrimoha. I'm sure he's considered his life. He knows he'll die one day.
Sorry, Lucio, I had to drop because time is up.
I think Kichu, I think I've mentioned that in one of my monologues, asking the same question. Why say Mose Oba no de krata ba so peso jaware enti yenhwe na yen sum no kwa adena Daddy Lumba anje sa krata na ntu no anhwe so enja na ware no if he could aden wanye. That's the question I've asked. Wanye because he also knew Oba no emphasis dia when you feel Oba no ne mwa Oba no krono aboa no na brabo men the conscience cram man kwan say onja na ware. So yeah, her comment is something that we've all said before. Thank you.
Nana Opoku Daban. Nana Opoku Daban. Okay, Serwaa, you can go ahead. Why?
Good evening, Abusiafo. Nyamisha opa because case is starting maybe a cha me social media person but maybe a cha na Mama Serwaa me bompa yes nyankopon hye because yasa woni be ma be bra ye mofra afen yes swaye ba but ye hu sani abrabo ne sitie abroche tsena ne mofra tete me de ye ba akopɛ wo krom ha na amane a me femu no ni obi mpo no asomi mu na mofra miensa ye je o megu so na jaja oye oba besi atimi bisa say wait etimi ka say we desert your husband for 17 years not thinking about the fact that otik abroche ho no mofra miensa gu so a wotiti o be ma ne tu so obepa yarehwe Ghana obi ayare a oba abroche abepa yarehwe na so be ma ne tu so oba abepa yarehwe apa before ba esu kono ma sebi one wo yemba asem na asefem na yenim se ne ne kan be kwa akowie na ye bompa ye se at the end of the day no kwari be di hene because me ameti he asem na ye me ya pa me ne me kunu we so ha na we aso ha ye twene se yi no enso mpa ya na ye bo se nyankopon be hu ma me ne mobo na asem na wie ka na no kre adedi because ahometi na me nsua mo pa said amode mo ne eka no kre no cause ne nipa nyina na betumi ayesa omote intentan so ntro ne ensem a omonim nko a na omobro egu media iso but mo am etu mo ho esi wo se mo beka no kre no nyame nsua mo na mo nkoso anka no kre yanso low key ye the support na time which nyame nsua mo bebre medamasi.
So in more I think one of the things we should always try to remind people on is that you see this consistent propaganda of saying say ono oba eireno and a deserting awarieno. I have done it twice for people to think about it. And I think it's something that we can all, use to defend that part. Say, Sebi, Obani Bema Wari or Germany. And he found a matrimonial home and ye Germany. About it is a worry our Germany, ye matrimonial home or Germany. Nasa Bema Nefri matrimonial home or Manfu François, Ako Warrior. Who deserted who?
Exactly.
So I have still not been able to comprehend why people will still go ahead and say, and what deserted Bemano, and Beman by when Nina Chiama. Really? Oh, Nina. Anyway, oh, Nina Chimra, but me, by such we say, based on even on what dance he did from Goodino Court in 2010, I must say Beman by Ghana. That's a most of Vrs Odo Broni 2010, and that's a year Arabian or Bagana. And Kitwa de Bintin or buy, based on a some more kind. A 12 will be asked more back and watch your home there dancing. It's the announced will be to me Congo Jina and country, say, a Sabi Niri desertino. There be on a deserty or bano, because no Baba Warren Pafro, some was all Warreno, Mona Mosi, and I was all Warren 2010. So I think these are some of the things we can also use to talk to people. And then let them stop this whole negative propaganda. Never boy, that's it.